Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Experience Team iteration planning meeting. Yeah, Sami's dancing. It's a good time. It's Monday, April 12th already. So we'll be going over what we plan on accomplishing for the next 2 weeks. So I believe that Brandon is up first.
Yeah, so we have a pricing A/B test that has been kind of in the design process for updating copy and a few other things that management asked for. So I think once that kind of copy and design is finalized or getting in a good spot, we'll be ready for engineering that. So that's probably what I'll be working on for a chunk of this sprint. And then also we had some localization issues for the Germany landing page. German language landing page for German market. And then also I've been kind of working over how we can how we can refine our triage process. So kind of doing a proof of concept for that for some upcoming projects. And that's where my work will be focused this sprint. I think up next is Lauren.
All right. So I'm going to finish up an event copy block in Slippers. That's started, almost done. I'm going to help assist Tyler in assembling the event template in Slippers, help out support and review. We have an issue for improper header structure. So our H1 or H2 tags in, I think, the blog template and the topic template. So I'm just going to patch that up real quick. I'm going to continue working on linking a merge request to a review app using the deploy preview links in Netlify CMS. I'm going to start a working group to separate the handbook from the marketing site. I discovered Danielle mentioned working groups. I was like, this is a perfect use case for working groups. So I'm going to get that started. And then I'm going to wrap up our OKR for Webpack iteration. So we have a couple outstanding ones there, and I'm just going to look for easy wins. And if there aren't any, I'm going to move them over to the next iteration epic and close that one out. And we'll head over to Tina.
Thanks, Lauren. I'll be working towards completing an OKR that I'm working on for the prospects for the free trial. That includes creating a user journey and doing a little bit of pathway analysis. I've also reserved 3 points of time to support MR reviews for both commit and Slippers integration for this sprint, so that I can focus a little bit on that. Next is Senmi.
Thank you. And this sprint, I'm going to be working on our homepage compliance. On our homepage, Todba is requesting that we showcase some companies that we are compliant with as part of our security. So I'm allocating 2 points for that. Then the second thing is I'm just going to be correcting the title on one of our pages that is not correct. Then I'm going to be fixing some broken images that is affecting our SEO, because when Google is linking to a page that has broken links, it could actually negatively impact our SEO ranking. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is on Slippers. I'm going to be building the block cards component that has the image version. We already have the block card, but we have the ones without the image version, and the resources card too, the one with the image version. Then depending on if we have our final assets for the pending highlighted partners page, the page has been pending for over a sprint now because we have not yet got all the final assets required to finish up. If I can get that, then I'll move it into the sprint and finish on that project. And that's it from me. The next person is Tyler.
Hey, I don't have jury duty. It's very exciting to me. I'm going to finish up the event blocks. I was talking to Sanmi and Tina about this earlier today. It's basically done. I really need to clean it up. I got it done end of Friday and I was like, cool, this is bad. So I'm going to go clean that up today before I actually submit it for review. Then I'm going to, like Lauren said, we're going to work on assembling the event template in Slippers. So we're going to pull stuff together in Storybook. And then once Lauren and I have kind of wrapped that up, and that's got some dependencies on other blocks coming through, but we can start moving on to the middleman integration side of things. And I am going to take on just the components that I built out in this prior phase. So video blocks in middleman and LFI CMS, speaker blocks, and benefits blocks. So yeah, and then up next is Laura.
So I will also be finishing up some of the event template work. I have carryover of the countdown block that'll count down the days until the event. So I'll be building that out. I anticipate a few minor fixes for partner block. I think Tina's going to be taking a look at that, but there will probably be a few little tweaks and improvements. So I left a point open for that. And then I have some Slippers grid improvements now that we're kind of using a version of the grid that Tyler built out in the past iteration. Having a more global component that we have access to for that. And then I picked up 3 of the smaller kind of stylistic issues that came up with the blog. The confetti Z-index covering some of the elements on the page, some cover states, and the newsletter styles. So I grabbed those. If there are higher priority issues, I might swap them out. But for now, that's what I'm committing to. And I think next up is Javi.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm just doing a test just because, I'm working on this iteration on getting a layout to work with the Slippers header and footer. And the reason why I have that set up like on the very top is because I was hoping that I could get these components to a usable enough state so that like I can continue to iterate on the style, but get to the point where I can start pulling all of that over to www and then continue to iterate on the style like without having to be blocked by that. So that's kind of why I have it ordered that way. I want to work on the footer MVC2. There's some like accessibility things that I've caught that are problematic with that, so I want to catch. Navigation, I'm calling it MVC 1.5 because I don't want to like break the naming convention. Maybe 1.1, I don't know, but I'm working towards that. I want to finally get to the SOP component generator that has been in the backlog and been called out already 3 meetings in a row. So this is 3rd time's a charm. Finally, I have this request from an external party on the landing page for the DevSecOps survey. In the doc, I put question mark, just because we're blocked by content. Because it's like, I want to know what's going to be on the page for me to develop it. So that would be very helpful for getting that page out. So I think that should be fine. I might have like, I have to inquire on that further, especially now as the day has come around and I see that like the due date is set for a certain day. And it's like, is this like a hard date? Like, is there other things that you need from me? Like, what can I do to help like make this request happen? So enough of me. Up next is Jess.
Thanks, Javi. So the main project I'm working on this week is the next iteration of the free trial page. And then I've also got a couple little tasks going on. So one is we have like the final mockups for the highlighted partner page from the template we created before. So I'll just be kind of working on that a little bit. And then there's also a content copy change for the pricing tiers on the pricing page. And I'll just again be offering a little bit of design guidance on that. And if I have extra time, I did some bonus research last week for the homepage and the DevOps page. If I have time, I'll actually put some sort of readout together. And that's it for me. And next is Stephen.
Yeah, my main focus is still my OKR, which continues to get bigger and bigger. So involved in my 10-point estimation is creating some content wireframes, some user journeys with some real content, and then from that, possible suggestions for our content team around how we're actually surfacing that content. So we have different ways of doing it at the minute with blog, with webcasts, with videos, and so on. So yeah, that's me as well. And I think I'm the last one.
Yeah, I think that's it. It looks like we do have a sprint name that I forgot to mention at the beginning. Lauren put the idea of let's build a boat, a metaphor for a really great transition, which is apt. All right, thanks everyone, and we'll see you next time.